Mbappe, Thuram, LeBron James, a shot at history.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Game Time with Jack and Josh. Alongside me is Jack White. I'm Joshua Luabaro. And join with me are two of Wootton Wrestling senior captains, Miguel, Giron, and Aiden, Shay. Welcome to the podcast, guys.
Thank you,
Josh.
And Jack, you were telling me before we started that you wanted to take something off your chest to our audience. So.
All right. This is mainly directed at McLovin from the Maryland Foodie Boys. I've seen you guys on Instagram, and I do have to admit you've amassed quite a following. 100K, you get like 1 million views each video. 100K likes every video, but you know what? You guys are frauds. The quality of your videos is absolute dog. You guys don't talk about anything of substance, and you guys are just a bunch of middle schoolers that wanted a podcast like everybody else, and wanted to monetize it. And you got lucky because there's a big audience for generic food takes, and you just capitalize on the market. So I guess what I'm trying to say is congratulations on such a successful podcast, but just know that I don't give a about it. All right. Now
you think we're the better podcast?
Absolutely.
We're the best podcast in the grand state of Maryland.
Absolutely. Just listen to our analysis. When we break things down, we break things down. We're not talking about how Cool Ranch Doritos are better than the Nacho Cheese Doritos. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they are though. They actually are though.
Oh, I hate Cool Ranch, but that's another story.
We'll discuss this after.
Yeah.
Let's get to our guests. Welcome to the show. Of course, wrestling. You got to your county championships last weekend. So I want to start with that. How did the county championships go for both of you and the team as a whole?
All right, I'll let Aiden
Yeah,
kick
you
this
got it
one
first.
off. All right, my county championships went pretty good. Walked in on Friday, made that weight, then wrestled through a tough bracket to get no placement. I didn't place.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, no, it's bad, but it was fine. It was enjoyable. It was last season, so I had to go out with a bang. But
You want to talk about how good Rachel did?
oh yeah, this girl called Rachel on her team did pretty good. She had a nice little nasty headlock. So overall, it was a good experience for me.
It was her first one, right?
That was her first one. Her first one came at counties. That was insane. But you know, it's good to be in the same school with your other wrestler friends. You know.
I've never seen someone so happy before.
Yeah, she was hype. Okay, I'll kick it off to Aiden. How'd your tournament go?
I went pretty well. I went 2 for 2. I beat my first kid easily. I was the 10th seed and he was the 7th or 8th seed. I beat him, so it was an upset. And then I faced the 1 seed. I kind of got destroyed. What? Oh, I faced the first seed and that didn't go so well. And then I had the next day I weighed in. I made weight. I wrestled some other dude. I tech falled him, which is 15-0. And then I faced some ranked kid and I lost. But we made regionals though.
Well, did anyone else win? Did anyone become a county champion besides Rachel?
Rachel did not become a county champion, but our best wrestler was actually our junior, Rick Guo. He's a pretty good kid, pretty tough to wrestle. He
did have an easy bracket. Though.
He did have a pretty easy bracket, no shit on him, but the people he was wrestling were pretty on his level. So he absolutely destroyed through his bracket, and he ended up placing 4th. Yeah, 4th, which is solid, very solid.
So obviously it sounds like you guys had some ups and downs, but I'm just glad to hear that overall during the matches that you guys performed well. So I wanted to ask, for you guys personally, what has wrestling taught you about yourself, both on and off the mat?
You want to start us off, Miguel?
I think you want to start us off, bro. I don't really know. I joined wrestling my sophomore year, and I don't know why I did it really. I think I just needed a sport to do, and my friend was doing it, so I, decided to join with him, and then I just enjoyed it. It's a good experience. It's a good environment. I think wrestling in high school teaches you discipline, teaches you how to manage your emotions and your physical body pretty good. It helps you manage, and it also teaches you time management. You got to balance school, you got to balance classes with stuff outside of school with wrestling. So it definitely taught me how to be a better student and be a better athlete, and I'm grateful I did it.
No, my thing for me, it taught me discipline because I have to manage my weight, especially like I have to make time, I have to eat certain things, I have to go to practice. Like I started my sophomore year, I was a 106 pounder. Then at first I wanted to quit. It was a completely different sport. It was probably the hardest sport I ever played. I decided to stick with it though because I was forced to. Actually, I wasn't forced, but I was like, I didn't want to quit. So then,
Like we had gunpoint or something like that.
no, like, you just have like pressure from your friends. So I stayed, and then it ended up being a sport that I enjoyed, and I carry on many lessons such as discipline, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like the quitting part, you just can't be a little so can't quit.
Can't quit.
Absolutely. And I think through a lot of high school sports, it's kind of a transition from your early years where school and athletics were kind of a separate thing, and they weren't quite so integrated. But now that at this level where they're both such a key component of your life, and take up so much time throughout your day, it really forces you to kind of compartmentalize. I think I said that right. Compartmentalize, so that you can focus on one thing at a time. And I think being a high school athlete myself, I think talking about discipline is a very good key aspect of that. So, do you guys have any future plans to continue wrestling after high school?
Absolutely not. I don't want to touch that sport ever again in my life. It's fun to do, but the competition, it's like I don't know. For me, after my matches, I'd have a good meal, and then I'd shoot my weight back up, and then I'd step on the scale, and the coaches would be mad, saying, "Oh, I ate too much, and I had to cut more weight." So, just cutting weight really was the only downside of the sport, but it was a big downside. So, my future plans are set, but for now they don't include wrestling. Maybe if there's like an intramural club or a walk-on spot, I'll do my best to try to manage my weight back down and try to join. I think I'm pretty good, so I think I'll be fine if I decide to do it. But for right now, no. I can't speak on Aiden's side though, so let's.
I think from high school and college, just a big gap in wrestling. It's like a huge gap, especially for high school level and the D3 level. So, me personally, I don't think I'm at most I'm a D3 level wrestler, but I wouldn't want to wrestle in college, but but I would wrestle in like clubs or like matches again. I would definitely do that, but I don't see myself wrestling in college or anything.
There's a big skill gap between high school athletes and college wrestling. Most people that get recruited are getting recruited because they're academics, not their actual skills. There's I can name you like 2 people that I know that got D1 offers based on their pure skill, and the rest of the offers they're getting is just because they have a good GPA and they do wrestling on the side. But when you actually look into D3 and D1 schools, their wrestling programs are way brutal. They're brutal. They're bad compared to high school wrestling. If you think we have it bad here, then in college it's definitely going to be a little worse. So for right now, I'm trying to avoid that.
Didn't you tell me you want to be a UFC fighter? So
I never said that. On God, on my life, I never said that. It would be cool though if I had a chance to fight one UFC fight. I'd do it. I would
That
make
brings me on to my next question. Actually, if you could fight any wrestler, WWE, UFC, fighter, who would you fight?
At 125, I would fight Alexander Pantoja. His grappling is 0. His wrestling is 0. He's only good on the ground. I can get a shot on him and take him down and take his back and choke him out. I can do that. That's not that bad. And then if I had to go heavier, Dan Hooker just pulled out his fight against Justin Gaethje, and if they're looking for a replacement, they got him right here.
Bro's getting knocked out. in 10
I'm getting
seconds.
knocked out in like 2 seconds. That guy would beat my ass. Realistically, a UFC fight would beat my ass, but it'd be fun though. If I had, and also they pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
So I would step in for the money by itself, but I don't know if it's worth the brain damage that you get.
Yeah, don't want to become Antonio Brown.
CTE.
Yeah. You know, it's interesting that you point out the recruiting process, and that sounds a lot different from most sports people think of. And as a swimmer myself, I can confirm it's a lot different than swimming, even though it's like a lower sport on the hierarchy. Because I know like a lot of schools, and even when like I've been talking to them, like they definitely prioritize your times in the pool over your grades. And like if you're fast enough, they'll take you. You don't even have to take the SAT or ACT. Your transcript doesn't even really matter. So it's really interesting to finally like find a sport where your academics carry so much weight. So I just found that interesting. So Josh, do you have a?
Yeah. I mean, you talk about recruiting. It's. I mean, for different sports, it's different set of I say guidelines.
Yeah.
Soccer, like you actually have to like be exceptionally well to be recruited, as well as have good GPA and scores. But I want to move past that and just try and talk about like why did you guys get into wrestling, and like what's been the most challenging part of this season, your last season as a wrestler for Wootton?
You said why did we get into wrestling?
No, he said what's the
most
hardest.
challenging part of this?
Dude, it's the weight cuts, man. I don't know, like my body, like I lose weight fast, but I gain weight faster. So
We can see.
all right, y'all. All right. Dude, I would like spend like a whole week like there's something called water loading. You drink a lot of water and you piss it out, and it loses you like a pound. I don't know how it works, but it works. So I would do that for a week.
Piss method?
Yeah, piss method, bro. It's the method, bro.
Let me tell you why he hates weight cutting.
Yeah,
So,
go ahead.
He wrestles at 132, right?
Yeah.
But he eats like crazy. I remember one time after he weighed in, he ate 2 quesadillas from Wawa. He ate 1 donut, 1 milkshake. You also ate like
Philly cheesesteak.
a Philly cheesesteak. He also ate he went to Golden Corral.
Well, yeah, I went to
Which is a
buffet. Yeah,
He ate, and then after that he got 2 Taco Bell tacos,
crumble.
and he got crumble cookie,
Yep.
all in one day.
All
One day?
Yeah, I dropped like a good $60 that day just on food, but it was gas, dude. But that was my last match, so I knew I could eat like crazy and have a lot of
If you
time.
really think about it, he went from 134 and his peak weight was 162 that day.
Yeah, I would walk around like 162, and then I'd cut like 30 pounds in like 2 weeks to make 134
But
again.
can you stand up real quick?
No, I think I'm good. I think it's your
He
time.
doesn't look like 162.
Yeah, dude, I don't know where the weight goes, but it's there.
I think for me it's the
weight cuts too, bro. Like there's nothing.
no, the weight cuts are fine for me. Like
because this guy.
I know how to manage my weight.
No,
unlike him.
No.
I think
This
it's
guy can
definitely
eat whatever
the
he wants, and his metabolism is just so OP that he's a pound over, and you just gotta like jog a little bit, and he's on weight, bro.
I think for me it's definitely the pre-match nervousness that happens, and like the anxiety and stress that builds up before matches.
Yeah,
I really hate that feeling. I'm also like going to practice every single day kind of sucks. Wouldn't you agree with that, Miguel?
Yeah, I would agree with that. It's low key like draining. Like before a match, like knowing you're gonna have to go out and just fight some dude for 6 minutes in front of a crowd of people. It's a bad feeling. I don't really like it. Once you get on the mat, it's a different story. The nerves kind of go away. But before, and your dude's just like looking you like down, especially if he's like big and brolic, it's scary. But
Especially if they're like, if you get embarrassed. I remember one time Miguel, he got spladled.
no, I did not.
He got
Never got
spladled.
on God, on my
He's
life, on my
denying it.
mother's life.
But
On
spladle is when like
No,
this- imagine
no,
this is his
no,
legs, his, like,
no,
legs are split open
no,
like that.
no.
Like that.
No, I've spladled this
Nah,
dude.
you got
I've
spladled.
spladled this guy multiple
And
times.
he was low-key crying. He tapped out.
I did not cry, bro.
He tapped out and
Yeah, okay.
he got pinned in 30 seconds by some state champ. He
Yep.
got spladled. He kind of got.
Did not happen at all.
You didn't lose to a state champ.
Put it on your mom's life.
he lost to a state champion. You say you haven't lost to a state champion.
I have. Oh, I did lose. I didn't
Exactly.
lose like that though. I didn't lose like that.
Exactly.
All right, put on your mom's life. I got Swale. Whisper into the mic. On my mom's life, Miguel got Swale.
I don't say that, but you
No,
guys
no, bro. You said that shit. There you go.
Yeah, got like a minute left, so just want to round it off with if wrestling had entrance music like WWE does, what would yours be?
So we actually did have walkout songs at one point, but that thing like fell through. But for me, it'll be "Ain't It Fun."
Wait, by Paramore?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good song, Aiden.
You
I
said
don't know.
Stick Season for yours?
No, I'd never said Stick Season. I don't know, dude. I'd say I really like the song "Last Christmas" by Wham. It's a good song. It's a calm song.
He went to a winter break. Likes that song so much.
I did not.
I'm not gonna explain that.
Wham concerts are not existent, dude. They're old.
That's what I was about to say.
Oh, what were you gonna say? Go ahead.
He went to a winter break tournament, and he wrestled some dude there. And his song, he went up to that dude and he asked what song he was listening to, and that's what he got put onto the song "Last Christmas."
No, it was not, dude. You're such a liar. Oh my God, dude.
I don't know why he's denying it, but he got dicked down by that.
I did
dude.
not get digged down by nobody, bro. No one dicks me down.
Okay, and with that, we gotta end the episode. Thank you, Aiden, Shay, and Miguel Giron, senior captains for Wootton Wrestling. You guys are coming on. This has been Game Time. I'm Joshua Luabaro.
I'm Jack White, and Maryland Foodie Boys.